So our new instance is now running. I'm just going to name it to my new server so we can distinguish it from our old one. And I want to see if that root device is actually encrypted, because that was our big goal here. And so we're going to open this up in a new tab here and look at our volume, and it is indeed encrypted. So we definitely were successful there. Now the main question is, our server still running our Apache test page here? So I'm going to grab the new IP for the new server and take a look here, and we're going to find that Apache isn't running. So, what happened? Why is it not working? And there's a really good reason for that. If we go over to our script, when we first used this user data script on our first server, what it did was it installed Apache and then it started Apache, okay? But that doesn't mean that it kept Apache running if there was a restart. So the thing is that when we made an AMI or like a copy of our volume, it had the installed part, but there's nothing that says on launch start Apache. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to enable this command, which will always have Apache start on boot, or so stop or start or restart. Okay. So let's go ahead and actually turn that on and get our server running, and we are going to use Sessions Manager to do that. So we'll go back to Systems Manager here. If it's not there, just type SSM, and you can just right-click and make a new tab there. And we're going to go down to Sessions Manager, and we are going to start a new session. We are going to choose My New Server. If you named it, that makes it a lot easier to find it. And it will get us into that server lickety-split, and we're going to switch to the EC2 user because we don't want to do this as root. And what we're going to do is first start our service, because it'd be nice to see that it is working. So we'll go back to this IP here. It is now working. And now we want to work on reboot. So I'm going to copy this command, paste it in, hit on, and it's going to create a symlink for the service. Okay. And so now when we restart the server, this should work. So what I want you to do is I want you to just close this tab here, leave this one open, and we will go back to this server here, and we're going to reboot it. So we're going to go reboot. And so if our command does what we hope it will do, then that means that it will always work on reboot, okay? Great, so it is, it should be rebooting now. I'm pretty sure, let me just do that one more time. Are you sure you want to reboot? Yes. There we go. Was it really that fast? Oh, I think it just booted really fast. Okay, so I guess it finished booting, and we'll just go here, and it's still working. So great. So I always get that confused because if you stop and start instance, it takes a long time. Reboots can be very quick. So now that we have this instance here, the only issue is that if we were to create a copy of this instance, we want to bake in that new functionality. So we need to create a new AMI of that instance, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to our images and create a new image, and we're gonna call this my server 000, and we're gonna say what we did to this. So what we were doing was ensuring Apache restarts on boot, on reboot, okay? And then we will create our image, okay? And we will let that image proceed there. It failed. Oh, I never get failures. That's interesting. Well, that's fine. We'll just do a refresh here. Honestly, I've never had an image fail on me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try that one more time here. My server 000, restart Apache on reboot. Okay. And we will create that image again. Okay, and we'll go back here. And we'll just see if that creates it there. This takes a little bit of time. And so I'll come back here. So sometimes instances can fail, or like AMIs or snapshots can fail, and it's just AWS. So in those cases, you just retry again, but it rarely happens to me. So, yeah, we'll see you after this is done creating.